Yeah, we can still Usha. Yeah. No, we'll take it from here. Yeah, we'll be there. Okay.
शरण शरण शांति का धाम एक सहारा तेरा नाम एक सहारा तेरा नाम एक सहारा तेरा नाम एक सहारा तेरा एक सहारा तेरा नाम शरण शरण शांति का धाम एक सहारा तेरा नाम शरण शरण शांति का धाम एक सहारा तेरा नाम 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 शरण शरण शांति का धाम एक सहारा तेरा नाम शरण शरण शांति का धाम एक सहारा तेरा नाम एक सहारा तेरा नाम एक सहारा
Namaste, Panditjis. Thank you very much. First, Pandit, you will come one at a time, pay your respect to the family, and then this row has been set aside for us. Thank you, Panditjis.
Namaste, Arya. Thank you for being here for your last speech, for our lovely teaching. You are a public person full of life. Video is again. For those of you that have arbitrary book, page 98, lesson number 8. दूर कर हमारा संसार के रचैया, जल्दी से दो सहारा, संसार में नैया। दूर कर हमारा संसार के रचैया, जल्दी से दो सहारा, संसार में नैया। तुम भी कोई हमारा रक्षक नहीं यहाँ पर, ढूंढा जहान सारा, तुम सा नहीं रखिया। दूर कर हमारा संसार के रचैया, जल्दी से दो सहारा, मझधार में नैया। सुख के हैं सब संगाती, दुनिया के यार सारे, तेरे सिवा नहीं अब दुख दर्द से बचैया। दूर कर हमारा संसार के रचैया, जल्दी से दो सहारा, मझधार में नैया। दुनिया में फंसे हमको हासिल हुआ न कुछ पल, तेरे बिना हमारा कोई नहीं सुनैया। दूर कर हमारा संसार के रचैया, जल्दी से दो सहारा, मझधार में नैया। चारों तरफ से हम पर गम की घटा है छाई, सुख का करो उजाला, सुप्रकाश के करैया। दूर कर हमारा संसार के रचैया, जल्दी से दो सहारा, मझधार में नैया। Announcement to be called as stage number is CD66 RXZN. Please move to the airport. Toyota Corolla, silver Toyota Corolla. तुमी हो माता पिता, तुमी हो बंधु सखा, तुमी हो माता पिता, तुमी हो बंधु सखा, तुमी हो साथी, तुमी सहारे, कोई न अपना सिवा तुम्हारे, तुमी सहारे कोई न अपना सिवा तुम्हारे। तुम्ही हो नैया तुम्ही शिवैया, तुम्ही हो बंधु सखा तुम्ही हो। तुम्ही हो माता पिता तुम्ही हो, तुम्ही हो बंधु सखा तुम्ही हो। जो गिर सके न वो फूल हम हैं, तुम्हारे चरणों की धूल हम हैं। जो गिर सके न वो फूल हम हैं, तुम्हारे चरणों की धूल हम हैं। दया की दृष्टि सदा ही रखना, तुम्ही हो बंधु सखा तुम्ही हो। तुम्ही हो माता पिता तुम्ही हो, तुम्ही हो बंधु सखा तुम्ही हो। तुम्ही हो बंधु सखा तुम्ही हो, तुम्ही हो बंधु सखा तुम्ही हो। 816 सुखी बसे संसार, दुखिया रहे न कोई। यह अभिलाषा हम सबकी भगवान पूरी हो। सुखी बसे संसार, दुखिया रहे न कोई। यह अभिलाषा हम सबकी भगवान पूरी हो। विद्या बुद्धि तेज बल सबके भीतर हो। दूर भोग धन ज्ञान से वंचित रहे न कोई। सुखी बसे संसार, दुखिया रहे न कोई। यह अभिलाषा हम सबकी भगवान पूरी हो। आपकी भक्ति प्रेम से मन होवे भरपूर। राग द्वेष से चित्त मेरा को सौभाग्य दूर। सुखी बसे संसार, दुखिया रहे न कोई। यह अभिलाषा हम सबकी भगवान पूरी हो। मिले भरोसा नाम का हमें सदा जगदीश। आशा तेरे नाम की बनी रहे ममनीश। सुखी बसे संसार, दुखिया रहे न कोई। यह अभिलाषा हम सबकी भगवान पूरी हो। पाप से हमें बचाइए करके दया दयाल। अपना भक्त बनाए के सबको करो निहाल। सुखी बसे संसार, दुखिया रहे न कोई। यह अभिलाषा हम सबकी भगवान पूरी हो। दिल में दया उदारता, मन में प्रेम अपार। चित्त में धीरज वीरता, सबको दो करता। सुखी सबकी भगवान पूरी हो। नारायण तुम आओ, दुख के मोचनहार, क्षमा करो अपराध सब, भव से कर दो पार। सुखी बसे संसार, दुखिया रहे न को, यहाँ विराशा हम सबकी भगवान पूरी हो। ऐसी कृपा करो भगवान, हरदम रहे तुम्हारा ज्ञान। ऐसी दे दो दृढ़ विश्वास, हरदम समझे आपको पास। करे तुम्हारा ही गुणगान, करे तुम्हारा ही गुणगान। ऐसी कृपा करो भगवान, ऐसी कृपा करो भगवान। सुख में तुमको भूल न जाए, सुख में तुमको भूल न जाए। दुख आने पर ना घबराए, सुख और दुख में रहे समान, सुख और दुख में रहे समान। ऐसी कृपा करो भगवान, ऐसी कृपा करो भगवान। करे जगत के सारे धन्य, करे जगत के सारे धन्य। पर धन्यों के बड़े न बंद, जीवन होवे कमल समान, जीवन होवे कमल समान। ऐसी कृपा करो भगवान, ऐसी कृपा करो भगवान। दयावान और परोपकारी, दयावान और परोपकारी। सबके बन जाए हितकारी, सब जग का चाहे कल्याण, सब जग का चाहे कल्याण। ऐसी कृपा करो भगवान, ऐसी कृपा करो भगवान। हर एक की हम करे भलाई, हर एक की हम करे भलाई। किसी के साथ न करे बुराई, ऐसे नेक बने इंसान, ऐसे नेक बने इंसान। ऐसी कृपा करो भगवान, ऐसी कृपा करो भगवान। गुण अपनाए अब गुण छोड़े, गुण अपनाए अब गुण छोड़े। झूठ कपट छल से मुख मोड़े, नम्र बने तज कर अभिमान, नम्र बने तज कर अभिमान। ऐसी कृपा करो भगवान, ऐसी कृपा करो भगवान। हे जगदीश्वर अंतर्यामी, हे जगदीश्वर अंतर्यामी। मिलकर हम सब सेवक ज्ञानी, मांग रहे हैं यह वरदान,
A life well lived is a precious gift of hope and strength and grace from someone who has made our world a brighter, better place. It's full of moments, sweet and sad, with smiles and sometimes tears, with loving bonds formed and good times shared, and laughter through the years. A life well lived is a legacy, a living, lasting memory of joy and love that our grateful hearts will treasure with you watching over from above. My prayer namaste to one and all. We have gathered here today to bid farewell to a remarkable and inspiring woman, Pandita Homawathee Debipersad, well known as Usha. I am her niece, Arhana, and I will be her ordinator today's program. My auntie Usha was someone who was well loved and very well known by everyone in the broader community, both locally and internationally. She was a multi-skilled person and blessed the lives of those who came in contact with her. She will be remembered as a dedicated priestess, passionate educator, knowledgeable tour guide, loving sister, aunt, relative, and friend. To begin with today's program, I now hand it over to the officiating priest, Pandit Debipersad.
Thank you, Anand. The Debipersad family, the dear Swamijis, President of the Arya Community Sabha South Africa, and the Sadhguru, Dr. Isram Ramvilas, the Vachaspati, officials, members of various associations, Purohits from the Vedic Purohit Mandir, ladies and gentlemen, my namaste to one and all. As a human, life is truly remarkable. We are blessed with unique abilities to communicate. We are able to impart knowledge, express a plethora of emotions, and communicate in a way that no other species on this planet can. Despite this unique capacity, we often find that there are times where we wish we could have said something else, or wish we could have told someone how we felt or regretted, or not saying something, but that was not Usha. We all aspire to live a life well lived, and to live every day like it was our last. Says Nabi, I quote, as everyone says, but Usha is the only lady who embodied these words, lived by them, did things wholeheartedly, and never had regrets. A walking beam of light, radiating positively from the smile we always saw on her face, and lighting up the lives of everyone she crossed paths with. Usha possessed an extraordinary ability to see potential in every student or person who walked through her classroom door. Behind the trademark smile lay an unwavering determination to help each person discover a unique voice. Anyone who sat in a classroom knows what a privilege it truly is. And those who don't, let me enlighten you today. Ayushi, my daughter, who Usha fondly called Madam Fifi, came home one day from Hindi class, and I asked her, Ayushi, what did you learn from Usha? She said, Dad, I learned the word S-H-I-T from Usha. And I said, how dare Usha teaches you that? I said, Dad, listen. Usha said, it stands for Waha. Because she, he, it, and that takes hey at the end. And that has stuck through with Ayushi, and all her students learned that from Usha. That he, she, it, and that takes Waha at the end. An excellent teacher. Okay. Be it Hindi, Vedic studies of any subject. It came alive in her classroom with her animated discussions and knowledge that she imparted even textbooks and which literature could not impart. Through her creative teaching methods, principles of Hinduism became relevant to modern life, and she changed the lives of many in her classroom. It is said that everyone on this planet has a purpose in life, but their sole purpose is to help and serve others, and it is through this service and help that we make a name for ourselves. For it is our actions that we are remembered for. Winston Churchill said, and I quote, "You make a living from what you earn, and you make life from what you give," unquote. We should all aim to help in any way that we can, because a simple act of caring creates an endless ripple that comes back to you. And on this day, we are flooded with love Usha gave off. We are familiar with Usha's love for travel and to the extent to which she had adventured. And on this day, seeing all the love she is receiving from every corner of the world is truly remarkable. One soul who has touched the lives worldwide. With that being said, today is another journey Usha has embarked on, one that leaves us with great sadness but lasting memories that are truly priceless. Bon voyage, Usha. Take care, and Paramatma grant you Shanti. With that, let us join our hands together. We'll recite the Gayatri Mantra and then the Ishwar Upasana.
Sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu bhuyaya, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kasyit dupamapunya.
Ishwar Upasana.
Om Vishwani Deva Savitadurihani Parasuva Yadbhadran Tanna Asuva. Om Hiranyagarbha Samavatatare Bhutasya Jataha व्यतिरेक आसि सदाधार पृथिवीन्द्याहुतेम कस्मै देवाय अभिषाविधेम ॐ य आत्मदा वरदा यस्य विश्व उपासते प्रशिशं यस्य देवाः यस्य छाया अमृतं यस्य मृत्युः कस्मै देवाय अभिषाविधेम ॐ यः प्राणतो निमिषतो महित्रेकतिप्राजा जगतो बभूव यदीशे अस्य द्विपदश्चतुष्पदः कस्मै देवाय अभिषाविधेम ॐ येन द्योरुग्रा पृथिवी च गृहा येन स्वहस्तयुतं येन नागः यो अन्तरिक्षेरजसो विमानः कस्मै देवाय अभिषाविधेम ॐ प्रजापते नत्वदेतान्यो विश्वाजातानि परिता बभूव यकामास्ते जुहुमस्तनो अस्तु वयं स्यामपदयोरयिनाम् ॐ स नो बन्धुर्जनिता स विधाता कामानि वेदगुहनानि विश्वं यत्र देवा अमृतमानशानास्त्रिये धामन्नरेरयन्त ॐ अग्नेनाय सुभतारायेण अस्मान् विश्वानि देववयुनानि विद्वान् युयोग्यस्मजूरानमेनो भूयिष्ठान्ते नम उत्तिङ्गीतेम.
Thank you, Panditji. It sounded absolutely beautiful from here. And I'll hand it over to Arhana.
Thank you, Panditji. Our first speaker for today will be the president of the Arya Samaj South Africa, Pandit Kiran Satpur, who will pay tribute on behalf of the Samaj. We will then have bhajans after shortly.
My prem namaste, dear brothers and sisters, to the Debipersad family, on behalf of Arya Samaj South Africa. We have a huge vacuum that has been created, a space that cannot be replaced, a very powerful person that has left our midst. And to date, in our chats and in our interaction, we are still trying to come to terms with the loss of a beautiful being that was part of this wonderful organization. I acknowledge Swami Vedanand, Swami Maitri, our program director, Dr. Bisram Ramvilas, and all our Pandits from the Vedic Purohit Mandal, members of Arya Samaj South Africa that have come here from far and wide to pay their respects. Today, we gather not only in grief, but in deep gratitude and reverence for a soul who touched so many lives with dignity, wisdom, and warmth. Our beloved Pandit Usha ji Debipersad. To speak of Usha ji is to speak of a life fully lived in service to her family, to her faith, to her students, and to the community of the Arya Samaj, both here in South Africa and across the globe. Her name became synonymous with commitment, knowledge, and a very quiet sense of strength. Born in a family steeped in Vedic tradition, with both her parents as priests, Usha ji inherited a legacy of dharma, and with great humility and grace expanded that legacy through her own life. Her journey within the Arya Samaj was both deep and wide. From being a Sanskrit student to becoming a Vedic priest, a respected lecturer in our School of Vedic Studies, and the long-serving chairperson of our Vedniketan committee. These were not just titles but callings, roles that she fulfilled with the kind of sincerity and passion that left an indelible impact on all who worked with her and learned from her. As an educator, she opened minds to the eternal truths of the Vedas. As a lecturer and as a tutor, she mentored countless students with patience and precision. She was never hesitating to make a joke, to lighten the moment, to offer a story, to deepen understanding of what she was teaching. A sense of humor was legendary. She was gentle, she was witty, and always well-timed, reminding us that even on the path of spiritual life, there is a room for joy. But her spirit was not confined to one place. Pandit Usha ji had a restless curiosity about the world. Her travels took her to India, to Mauritius, to Kenya, to Trinidad, to the USA and beyond, and not just to see new lands, but to connect with people, exchange ideas, and celebrate the global Arya Samaj community. She was an ambassador of Arya Samaj South Africa. Wherever she made a huge impact. And we gathered this from the tributes that are pouring in from different parts of the world. Our program director will list some of the countries that she visited and the awe that they held her in. And wherever she went, she carried her values and the Vedic spirit with her, making friends, building bridges, and inspiring others with her radiant energy. And while her contributions to the Arya Samaj are too many to name in full, perhaps her greatest offering was simply herself. Her warmth, her wisdom, her faith, and her laughter. She was a sister, she was an aunt, she was a friend, she was a teacher, and above all, a seeker, ever devoted to truth, light, and love. In the Vedas, we are told, a person does not attain a life of fulfillment by renouncing action, but by fulfilling their duties with purpose. And she lived that. Pandit Usha ji lived this teaching. She served till the very end, never retiring from the role of a sevak, a servant of knowledge and humanity. 4 weeks ago, we had a workshop in Pietermaritzburg, and we were very heartened to see Pandit Usha ji and Pandit Rita walking into this workshop in Pietermaritzburg. To her dear family, Prakash Bhai, Vishwani, the late Urvashi, the late Dharam Bhai, Arhana and Yadav, and to all her extended family of students and friends, we share your loss deeply. But we also share the light that she leaves behind. And let us remember her not in silence only, but in action, by continuing her work, living her values, and walking with courage on the path that she walked with such dignity. I want you to share an author that is a favorite of mine, Khalil Gibran. And just a reflection on what he says, I quote, "When you are sorrowful, look again in your heart, and you shall see that in truth you are weeping for that which has been your delight." Close quote. We gather in mourning, yes, but not for a life unfulfilled. We gather in awe of a soul who lived abundantly, who served freely, and who loved with purpose. And in the manner of Gibran's musings, we are reminded that grief is not the absence of her presence. It is the echo of her light, reverberating in our hearts. We weep not because she is gone, but because she lived so beautifully, so meaningfully, that her absence leaves a sacred silence. Usha ji was a wise teacher, gave of herself with every word she spoke and every student she taught, every prayer she uttered. Her laughter, her learning, and her longing for truth were gifts that was left in every soul that she touched. And now, like Gibran's vision of death, she has only sailed beyond the horizon, no longer within sight, but ever present in essence. We know how deep our love runs. We know honor that depth not just with sorrow, but with service, continuing her legacy as she would have wanted, joyfully, fearlessly, and in devotion. May we carry her spirit forward as a whisper in our actions and a flame in our hearts. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Namaste.
I now hand over to the Arya Samaj to lead us in the pattern.
So, just to add on from what Pandit Kiran and Pandit Yogesh said earlier on, on Usha, we need to be a very jovial, loving, happy person. And in a passing, she would want the story to continue. So, just one song out of the Arya prayer book. ये मेरे गीत जीवन संगीत कभी कोई दोहराएगा, ये मेरे गीत जीवन संगीत कभी कोई दोहराएगा, जग को हंसाने बेरूपिया रूप बदल फिर आएगा, स्वर्ग यही नर्क यहाँ इसके सिवा जाना कहा, जी चाहे जब हमको आवाज दो, हम हैं वही हम थे जहाँ, अपने यही दोनों जहाँ इसके सिवा जाना कहा, जीना यहाँ मरना यहाँ इसके सिवा जाना कहा, कल खेल में हम हो न हो, गर्दिश में तारे रहेंगे सदा। कल खेल में हम हो न हो, गर्दिश में तारे रहेंगे सदा। भूलेंगे हम, भूलोगे तुम, पर हम तुम्हारे रहेंगे सदा। रहेंगे यही अपने निशान, इसके सिवा जाना कहाँ। जी चाहे जब हमको आवाज दो, हम है वही, हम थे जहाँ। अपने यही दोनों जहाँ, इसके सिवा जाना कहाँ। जीना यहाँ, मरना यहाँ, इसके सिवा जाना कहाँ। So the message was quite sadly when we got the message that Cindy passed on. And you know, we always take for granted that people are going to be around. This memorial service must teach us something that we need to learn to detach quick. And we must not have pride and ego, because you know, we can not have a good life. So, as I say, you always think someone's going to be there. If you've got the chance to go and ask for forgiveness, if you made a mistake, go and do it while the person is alive. Don't wait, or don't say fancy words when the person is gone at the eulogy or whatever, because then it comes true. चिट्ठी न कोई संदेश, जाने वो कौन सा देश, जहाँ तुम चले गए, जहाँ तुम चले गए। चिट्ठी न कोई संदेश, जाने वो कौन सा देश, जहाँ तुम चले गए। चिट्ठी न कोई संदेश, जाने वो कौन सा देश, जहाँ तुम चले गए, जहाँ तुम चले गए। इस दिल पे लगा के थे, जाने वो कौन सा देश, जहाँ तुम चले गए। एक आह भरी होगी, हमने न सुनी होगी, जाते जाते तुमने आवाज तो दी होगी। हर वक्त यही है गम, उस वक्त कहाँ थे हम, कहाँ तुम चले गए। चिट्ठी न कोई संदेश, जाने वो कौन सा देश, जहाँ तुम चले गए, जहाँ तुम चले गए। इस दिल पे लगा के थे, जाने वो कौन सा देश, जहाँ तुम चले गए। चिट्ठी न कोई संदेश, जाने वो कौन सा देश, जहाँ तुम चले गए, जहाँ तुम चले गए। अब यादों के कांटे इस दिल में चुभते हैं, ना दर्द ठहरता है, ना आंसू रुकते हैं। तुम ढूंढ रहा है प्यार, हम कैसे करें इकरार, कहाँ तुम चले गए। चिट्ठी न कोई संदेह, जाने वो कौन सहे, जहाँ तुम चले गई, जहाँ तुम चले गई। इस दिल पे लगा के थे, जाने वो कौन सहे, जहाँ तुम चले गई, हो जहाँ तुम चले गई, हो कहाँ तुम चले गई।
Thank you for the beautiful writing. I now call our next speaker, Mr. A. Hansraj, former principal of Norcross Primary, where Usha spent her years as a teacher. Please swear in.
The wheel of life, having turned, fails to turn any further. And these words are so true when one looks at our lives on earth. The program director, the officiating priest, the bereaved family, the Debipersad family, the extended Debipersad family, friends, relatives, neighbors, ladies and gentlemen. I am currently the principal of Longcroft Primary School. Longcroft Primary School is situated in Unit 8 in Phoenix. Just going to repeat that. Longcroft Primary School is a school which is situated in Unit 8 in Phoenix. It opened its doors to teaching and learning in the year 1981. I arrived at the school in the year 1984, and that's when I met a very young, vibrant educator. Whilst waiting to see the school principal receive me for the first time, I was transferred from the Transvaal Education Department then to KZN, had a couple of days stint at Mount Edgecombe Secondary, then to Gitanjali Primary in Silver Glen, and then henceforth, from 1984, I am at Longcroft Primary School. And I want to say that the school serves as a beacon of hope for the underprivileged community. But together with the staff, past principals, members of management, together with its educators and myself, have seen to it that the only beneficiary from our educations that we depart to our learners is the learners. And if one looks at the trajectory in which the learner population has grown and the type of employment that they are currently in, then we can safely say that Longcroft Primary School is a school par excellence. Miss Homawathee Debipersad, who most of us know as Usha, to the educators of the staff, she was our Debbie. she epitomized humility. It is safe to say that she was humility personified. And if you look at the Debipersad family, all of them, and I repeat, all of them, have these values imbued in them, which they so readily share. And we, the educators and the staff and the community at large, were the benefactors of such humility. Ladies and gentlemen, when we gather here to pay tribute and our last respects to the departed soul, Usha, I'm reminded of certain teachings, and one of them said that it is not through lamentations and mournful chants that we celebrate the life of a good person. A good person never dies. And Usha was one such person. She has left a rich legacy. My association with Usha spans over 4 decades. And in that period of time, we grew together with the school, and we grew to understand each another. So I'm just going to elaborate on certain aspects where Usha played such a pivotal role and was able to touch the lives of so many people. Being associated with her professionally, I can safely say that she was a person that the staff looked up to. In terms of the co-curricular and extracurricular activities, Ms. Debipersad has coordinated many activities over the years that she was at the school. Let me hasten to add, it was at Langcroft Primary School where she retired from. And during her stay, she was able to mold lives. She was able to shape the history of the school. But more importantly, she was able to make people understand that understanding in life is so very important. I also had the fortunate opportunity of being part of a group where we did, and I must say, it is because of her, where she came to the office a couple of times and she persuaded me to join them in some of the travels that she and her sister Vishwani undertook. So apart from the many local trips that we have done, I was fortunate to spend a month with her in Europe when we did the European tour. And then again, she was always saying, when you visit other countries, you will realize the rich tapestry that exists and the culture that exists in different countries. So, I would like to pay homage and say a big thank you, a very big thank you for that experience. Socially, Debbie was full of fun and laughter. She was a strict vegetarian, but she was able to fit in, and she was able to ensure that the occasion was contextualized. And that's what we appreciated of her. In the sporting field, there was great competition. She was a sports mistress of a diamond house, in athletic meeting, and the teachers were divided into different groups. And for many years, Hair House came first. And when Hair House came first, she ensured that all the learners that belonged to that house were fed. And I think this is where the values that she has gained through her parents, through her siblings, and also through the different organizations where she served as a member, but also where she coordinated some of these activities in these organizations. One such organization that come to my mind is the Vishwas Shakti Group, the Hindi Siksha Sangh, and she also participated in many international conferences. I think some of you are much more aware of her level of participation. Ladies and gentlemen, in South Africa's first democratic election in 1994, Ms. Debipersad worked alongside myself as presiding officer and deputy presiding officer. The reason I'm highlighting this is that South Africa was conducting elections for the first time, but we, the voting officials, together with the presiding and deputy, we had to ensure that all the ballot papers that were given had to be reconciled. And I must say, she ensured that reconciliation was at its best and accuracy was seen to. Thus, allowing the station to be declared, the results of the station to be declared fair and free. So much so, unknown to many people, when the voting station was assessed by international observers, we received a very high ranking. And it was through that Mr. Hansraj was able to go to Brazil as an international observer in one of the elections. She can be likened to the lady with the lamp. She was so very, very good. She was able to ensure that even a non-believer had to be a good human being. And this is a value that she was able to impart. And by doing so, the learners in the school were able to rise to the occasion, despite their religious affiliation, to ensure success in whatever field, be it in the sporting field, be it socially, be it in the co-curricular, the extracurricular, etc., etc. She was a keen proponent of the Hindi language. At Longcroft Primary School, she taught Afrikaans and Hindi. And I remember the several occasions that Mr. Kamal Maharaj, who's the inspector for the vernacular, arriving at school, and the first person that he wanted to see was Usha, our Debbie, Ms. Debipersad. She encouraged learners to participate in various activities. And that bears testimony to the fact that here was a person, despite the many challenges that we experience in education, she was able to uplift the learners and in so doing, uplift its community. Ms. Debipersad, Usha, was a person who resonated in love, care, support, but more importantly, love, light, and abundance. The critical stage that South Africa finds itself at the moment. Our country needed people like Ms. Debipersad. And lastly, I know we have time constraints. I want to express sincere condolences on behalf of all stakeholders at Longcroft Primary School, my family, the educators of the staff, and the many people that were sending tributes when they look at the memory that our Debbie left. Pinjare a Panchi, she like a bird whose wings were not long enough to get attached to its cage, flies away to the purer air. She's in a better place. You and I have gathered here today to pray that a soul reaches moksha and that a journey to Godward is smooth, and we hope and pray and we know that she will reach eternal liberation as quickly as possible. To the Debipersad family, sincere condolences, love, light and abundance to you always, and we wish you every strength and courage to bear this irreparable loss. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Hansraj. I will now call our next speaker, Mr. Rajesh Lakshman, a representative of the Hindi Siksha Sangh, where Usha dedicated her time and passion for teaching Hindi.
And it is sad that we have to meet again under such circumstances. I bring to you the greetings of the President of the Hindi Siksha Sangh, Mr. Naresh Amikan, its executive as well as its board. You know, when we heard that Usha ji had passed on, we were actually shocked, because the relationship we shared is that we always spoke to each other almost every week. And I think most of us in this hall were really in shock that she's now gone. What an amazing human being she was. And I'm sure many of you have heard about her wonderful contribution in so many fields of life. As far as Hindi is concerned, she was what I refer to as a Ghar ki murgi, so far as Hindi is concerned, because she was in and out. She served on a board of management, she taught English, Hindi, she was an examiner, she was an adjudicator. But more important than that, she was such a wonderful ambassador of the language. She really lived the language, and I remember her mum as well, who studied Hindi with my sister, that's how I met her, was also so passionate about Hindi and the promotion of Hindi. Usha ji is gone, but if we have to think about her legacy, and I want to share something very special with you. As you all would know, that on Hindwani we often have the Diwali Havan. The Diwali Havan is shared between the Arya Samaj of South Africa and the Sri Sanatana Dharma of South Africa. Both these two organizations that were one time responsible for establishing the Hindi Siksha Sangh get together and do what is called a unified Havan. And the thing about Usha ji was how she embraced that whole concept. And for me, it means although she had to distinct Arya Samaj perspective, she wanted to see the Hindu community united. And when we read it today, if that little message we can take away with us, that despite who we are and what our thinking is, or what our philosophies are, we are first Hindus, and second, Indians. Again, on behalf of the Siksha Sangh, we condole the Debipersad family. We know this is times. Prakash Bhai, we are here. Maybe we could do please shout. And thank you very much for this incredibly privileged opportunity. Thank you, Namaste.
Thank you, Mr. Lakshman. As we are all aware, Usha was well known all over the world. While we appreciate the sincere and kind words provided, due to time constraints, we cannot read out all the tributes. However, we would like to acknowledge the tributes paid by the following people and organizations. Dr. Satish Prakash, President of the Arya Samaj Guyana, the Saraswati Mahila Mandal, Hindi Siksha Sangh, South Africa, Arya Spiritual Center, New York, Arya Sri Samaj, Nairobi, Arya Samaj, Nairobi, Arya Samaj, South Africa, the Arya Benevolent Home Council, Arya Samaj, Mauritius, and the Vedic Mission of Trinidad and Tobago Spiritual and Cultural Center. I'll now call my brother and he will present his speech, and then I will also talk after him.
Namaste to one and all. It is with great sadness that I have to stand here today and present the speech to you. I think I am still shocked as all of you, please let me, as all of you, the fact that my dear Shasha is no longer here with us. There is so much I can speak about, yet I find it difficult to speak all the words flowing from my mind at this time. She received the name Shasha from my sister and I when we were small and couldn't pronounce her name properly. Normally in times like this, Shasha would be my go-to person to talk to help me cope with everything and even check my speeches. I remember when my sister and I were small, it was the only other time my auntie was unwell. She was fast asleep and there were sandwiches left for her lunch. My sister and I quietly ate behind her bed. When she woke up, she was wondering why there was no lunch. Then she caught us laughing and eventually discovered that we had eaten her food. Did she scold us or shout at us? No. She instead made a joke about it, which we still talked about even up until her final days. Speaking about jokes, if you truly knew Shasha, you would know that the majority of her conversations were very humorous. Even when she was in hospital, she was still making jokes, right up until the last moment. We shared many memories that were great enough to last a lifetime. I'm glad I had the opportunity to share these memories with her, from birthdays to stories of her childhood, the holidays, the Pandit work, the Hindi classes, the schools she taught at, and many more. She was one that achieved so much in life. She was definitely one that lived life to the fullest. She was a very positive individual that would inspire everyone. I remember all the vacations we went on and all of our adventures. She was one that traveled the world and made friends with many. She even conducted a lot of tours where she met many more friends along the way. She was a very independent person. Her love for us was above all. She gave us that unconditional love. A real example of this was when she would say, "You can use the car. You can use this or that." My concern would be, what if something happened to it? She would say, "It doesn't matter. If anything happens to it, it's only material things." That was the one example of unconditional love that she showed towards not only me, to everyone. There is still so much I have to talk about, yet at this moment I find it very difficult to speak about all the lovely memories that I cannot relive again, or even the new memories that we were supposed to create. To my dearest Auntie Shasha, we will miss you. May you rest in peace. Thank you.
Namaste once again. I am truly honored and proud to be the niece of such an extraordinary woman. I am grateful for the chance to say a few words about someone who meant so much to me and to many of us. You are the architect of your own life. These are the words that come to mind when I think of our Shasha. When faced with any difficult choice, She would always remind us that the future of our path lies in our own hands, and at any given time, we have the power of choice. Having the power of choice means that you get to choose what you want your life to be like. Shasha definitely lived life with no regrets. She was present in every moment she spent. She had an open mind and always encouraged someone, no matter how bizarre an idea could sound. She was extremely optimistic about life and doing the things that she wanted to do. She was a very inspiring individual who loved to enlighten those around her with knowledge. She always placed great emphasis on the importance of education and how powerful knowledge can be. Growing up, I remember how she would make time for us to play this maths card game with us and sit and help us read in Afrikaans. I can definitely say that she was the best teacher around, and many of her students and colleagues would agree with me. She was very thoughtful, well-organized, and meticulous when it came to anything school or admin related. It has definitely impacted the way I teach and plan. Shasha never said no to anyone in need. Whenever we needed a safe space, she was our go-to person. She always offered a judgment-free zone, lent a shoulder to cry on during tough times, and lent a helping hand when in need. Now, for those who knew her well, she would often hold conversations, influence sarcasm, and make the funniest jokes, sharing joy and laughter with anyone. She would find the fun when something was going wrong, and also make us laugh in times when we were not supposed to be laughing. That is what I miss about her most. What I admired about Shasha is the extent of her dedication to anything she was involved in. For instance, she was very dedicated to fasting every Friday and never missed a Friday fast in her life. However, just before she went into hospital, she could not do her weekly fast anymore, and she was absolutely devastated. Additionally, she really loved teaching and definitely had an art to it. She changed the lives of so many students. She was very passionate about her heritage and the promotion of the Hindi language and Vedic philosophy. She was a true scholar, always reading books and broadening her mind with knowledge. She loved reading about philosophical ideas and inspirational stories, which she would share with me quite often. She absolutely adored animals, from the cats we had to the turtle, fish, snakes, and dogs. Our puppy, who is very selective, took quite easily to her and loved following her around the house. Shasha was always a committed traveler who loved exploring different parts of the world and networking internationally with other people. Her love for travel has definitely influenced me. While I cannot fit a lifetime's worth of experience into a speech, I will share some of my favorite memories with her. The memory that will always stick with me is the time that Yadav and I took her sandwiches when she was sick, which she already exposed. But speaking of sandwiches, when we were small, we would all make a human sandwich on the couch and fight to be the top slice so we wouldn't get squished at the bottom. There were also times when we sat for hours chatting about philosophies and topics such as life, the soul, and motivational stories. Behind all the jokes, she was a person of depth and someone who understood me on a soul level. I will really miss that. Lastly, I would like to talk about the times that I traveled with her. She was the ultimate travel companion. We just worked well together. Wherever we went in the world, our top routines were Shasha washing her clothes and me setting my bags or rearranging the hotel room. We would often giggle about this. The funniest and strangest thing happened when we were on Clarence. I was setting my clothes and putting it in the cupboard when I found her vegetables in the cupboard. I think we spent about 2 hours laughing. Visiting Turkey with her was extremely fun, but my favorite holiday was when we went to Bali last year. We had the most beautiful and spiritual experiences together. Now, just a backstory, my auntie never, ever ate cheese. But I can say that I became a proud niece when my auntie finally ate a cheesy pizza with me in Bali. I could really go on and on about her and the moments we shared, but now it's time to say goodbye. As we bid farewell, we also say thank you. To a life well lived, and to memories that will last forever, to remind us of her presence. Though she may be gone from our sight, she is not gone from our lives. We carry her with us, in our stories, in our laughter, and in our hearts. Thank you, Shasha, for everything. We are going to miss you. I now hand over to Yala for the vote of thanks, and then we'll hand you over to the officiating priest for the Andyesti and Shanti Path.
I will now extend the vote of thanks. I would like to extend our gratitude to each and every one of you. From the bottom of our hearts, thank you to our family and friends for supporting us during this time, and a big thank you to all the service providers for all your assistance. I now hand you back to our priest, who will proceed with the Andyesti and Shanti Path.
Thank you, Arana and Yadav. Sasha loved you to bits. She always spoke so highly of y'all and your achievements. And whenever she spoke to me, she said, you know, Yadav did this, Arana did that, and I'm so proud as an aunt. Ladies and gentlemen, before we conclude with the Andyesti Pratna, to Prakash Bhai, Vishwani, Yadav, and Arana, we pray that Paramatma give you this strength and courage in time of bereavement. Although it is impossible to see beyond your pain, may you look back to good memories to comfort and help you today. May your heart and soul find peace and happiness. May the blessings of Paramatma be upon you. May that peace or Shanti always be within your soul. May that Shanti illuminate your heart now and forever. With that, ladies and gentlemen, we will now recite the Andyesti Pratna for the final Pratnas for the Usha. Hinaji, please, she made sure that you must listen to the long R's and the short R's and the long O's. She always said that. And on the last day at the hospital, he said, we now will be listening to you. Tvamadi Deva Purusha Puranas Tvamasi Vishwasya Param Nidhanam Vedasi Vedyam Chaparam Chadhama Tvayatatam Vishwamanantarupa. Almighty Paramatma, who has been with us since creation, who is the supreme treasure of this vast universe. You are the knower, the knowledge, and the final resting place for all beings. Your infinite presence, to whom all things are. You pervade the entire universe. We seek courage, fortitude, and shelter in you. Vasansi Jirnani Yatha Vihaya Navani Rinaki Naroparani Tatha Sharirani Vihaya Yanyani Sayyati Navani. Just as a person discards an old garment and puts on one that is new, so the Atma leaves the body at death and takes on a new one. The Atma does not perish with the body. O Paramatma, may we take courage from this trip. Na jayate mriyate va kadachin nayam bhutva bhavita vanapurya. Ajo nityah shashvatoyam purano nahandyate hanyamane sharire. Never is the Atma born never does it die, unborn and eternal, beyond times gone by and yet to come. The Atma does not die when the body dies. May we understand this truth, O Paramatma. Nenam chindanti shasrani, nenam dahati pavakaha, na chenam kledayantyahu, na shoshayati marukaha. This Atma, no weapons wound, no fires burn, waters cannot wet it, and winds cannot dry it. O Paramatma, may we find comfort in these truths. Jatasya dhruvo mrityu dhruvam jannamritasya cha tasmata vihareti natvam sochitu arhasi. All things born must certainly die, and out of death must come new life. Knowing this, we must desist from sorrow. May we have the strength to do this, Almighty Paramatma. Avyaktavi bhutani vyakta madhyani bharata avyakta vidhananiva tatra parivevana. All beings are invisible before birth. They are invisible again after death. We see only the mortal being in its existing lifespan. O Paramatma, grant us wisdom to accept this truth. Om Vedahamekam Purusham Mahantam Aditya-varanam Tamasah Parasad Tvameva Vidhikvati Mrityumeti Nanyaha Pantha Vidyate Yanaya. Om Ya Atmata Varata Yasya Vishwa Upasate Prashisham Yasya Deva Yasya Chaya Amritam Yasya Mrityu Tasmai Deva Yaha Visha Vidhema. In this hour of distress, we need you, Paramatma, who alone can give us physical vigor and spiritual strength. O blissful divinity, whose grace is immortality, whose praises are sung by all enlightened persons, we offer our humble prayer and entreat you to lessen our sorrow. Om Suryam Chakshur Gacchatu Vatamatmadhyam Cha Gacchati Cha Dharmana Aho Va Gacchayati Takrate Hittamoshadhishu Pratitishta Sharirena. O Supreme Paramatma, may all the components of this body be merged in the five elements of this universe. May its vision be absorbed in the sun, its breath in the atmosphere, and its other senses in the appropriate elements. May the Atma, according to the noble deeds performed here, dwell in a body worthy of such merit. Om Shabhagni Paschatapasham Purastacham Pudharacham Adharatapeinam Ekaspreta Vito Jatavedaha Samyaginam Ni Sukrita Muloke. O Paramatma, who is self-luminous, who dispenses justice even-handedly, and who rewards everyone justly. May the Atma of this body find peace in every direction. O omniscient and all-illuminating Paramatma, the creator, sustainer, and dissolver of this universe, may the Atma be given a worthy abode. Om Sangacha Swapi Krihi Samyamini Staputena Parame Vyomam Hitvaya Vadyam Punarastanehi Sangachyatam Sarva Suvarchaha. O Paramatma, make this Atma, by its austerity and enlightenment, and all good deeds attain by its forebearers a suitable state. May it be free from all blemishes, and once again inherit an enlightened body full of lustre, and return to this world to perform noble deeds. Om Vayur Anilam Amritam Advedam Bhasmantam Shariram. Om Krato Smara Krive Smara Kritam Smara. Almighty Paramatma, this Atma is immortal. It is not made up of the 5 elements. The mortal body will be reduced to ashes and will be disposed of suitably. May we ever remember you in every deed we perform. Om Eka Eva Suridharmo Nidhane Duyatiyaha Sharirena Samam Nasham Sarvamanyadhi Gacchati. Almighty Paramatma, all material things will perish at the time of Almighty Paramatma, all material things perish with the death of the body. It is only one's good deeds, dharma, that remains with the soul after death. May this dharma never be allowed to perish. Ladies and gentlemen, before we rise for the concluding part, the Shanti part, and the concluding prayers, all those who have not paid their tribute to Usha, please come forward. Could the families please come and say your final farewell? Shanti dijiye Prabhu Tribhuvan mein. Shanti dijiye Prabhu Tribhuvan mein. Jal mein, tal mein, aur gagan mein. Jal mein, tal mein, aur gagan mein. Shanti Shanti dijiye Prabhu Tribhuvan mein. Antariksha mein, Agni pavan mein. Antariksha mein, Agni pavan mein. Aushadhi vanaspati vana upavan mein. Aushadhi vanaspati vana upavan mein. Sakala vishwa mein jana chetan mein. Sakala vishwa mein jana chetan mein. Shasti dijiye Prabhu Tribhuvan mein. Shanti dijiye Prabhu Tribhuvan mein. Brahmanya ke upadesh vachan mein. Brahmanya ke upadesh vachan Before we rise for the concluding prarthana, on behalf of Prakash Bhai and Debipersad family, thank you to all those family, friends, and relatives who stood by them and supported them during this darkest time. Ladies and gentlemen, please take this as a personal invitation from the Debipersad family for the third day Homawathee, time 5:30 for 6 o'clock on Tuesday at the Reservoir Primary School. Please accept this as a personal invite. But God bless you all, good health, long life. May all your dreams and wishes be achieved, and may your homes be blessed with happiness. Go home safely to your loved ones. With that, we all rise and we conclude the Resto Master Kamina Sunday Amantu and Shanti. Asitoma Sakamaya Kamisoma Jyotirgamaya Vidyorma Amritangamaya Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhina Sarve Santu Niyamaya Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Akashit Brahma Punya Om Yero Shanti Antariksham Shanti Prithvi Shanti Apa Shanti Oshadaya Shanti Vanaspataya Shanti Vishwe Deva Shanti Brahma Shanti Sarvam Shanti Shanti Reva Shanti Sama Shanti Devi Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Namaste, Namaste. Thank you everybody. Could the poll bills please come forward? Ladies and gentlemen, due to health hazard and safety issues, only a maximum of 10 people are allowed in the antechamber. The closest family would be allow the antechamber Pandit Kiran and Pandit Artishanan. Please come to the antechamber.
Sharan Sharan Shanti Kara Kesha Sahara Kirana Sharan Sharan Shanti Kara Kesha Sahara Kirana Kesha Sahara Shanti Kata